All right, JAG University, Aussie dental insurance. I feel like nothing's covered. Maybe that, for personal experiences, right? We go, we use it. Is it worth it? What's covered? What's not covered? I think it's one of those, really a big misconception, right?
It is. I think the hardest part about dental insurance is the fact that there's such a strong loyalty to the dentist that people go to. I will have an easier job to convince you to change your barber than change your dentist.
I mean, look, that's a good point. Didn't think about that. I mean, look, the dental procedures, or dentist is a very, I don't know who likes to go to the dentist.
It's a personal thing. Like somebody's working on your mouth, like inside your mouth.
And having a toothache is probably a nightmare as well.
Probably. So one of the things that happens is if you find yourself in network with a dentist, and I think the biggest issue is people don't know how to ask the right question as a consumer, because most people have a PPO dental plan. So you call a dentist, hey, do you take my insurance? The answer is always going to be yes, but that's not the right question. The question is, are you in network or out of network with my insurance? Because if I have a PPO, I could go to anybody. But if you're in network, your benefits will read just as your benefits state. So preventive services tend to be covered at 100%. Basic services, for the most part, covered at 80%. And major services at 50%. Most dental plans have a $50 deductible. So to give you a basic example, if you have a root canal and the bill's $1,050, and your endodontics and periodontics are covered at the basic level. So they're going to do the full service. The bill's $1,050, a $50 deductible. Insurance company's going to pay $800 of that $1,000 balance, and you're going to pay $200 plus your $50 deductible. You came out of pocket at $250. So that's pretty good coverage.
Good deal.
Now, if you go out of network, there's two types of reimbursement schedules. There's in-network fee schedule or usual and customary.
Now, in-network fee schedule, that's where it's not negotiable as far as what the dentist charges versus what the insurance company approves, right?
Correct. The insurance company is going to approve whatever they pay an in-network doctor,
okay,
an in-network dentist. So, for example, that same example, your dentist charge you $2,000 versus the $1,050. They're going to pay him the same $800. You're on the hook for the difference. That's what's called balance billing. Now, when it's usual and customary, they do a market study of the area and they see for this procedure, these amount of dentists charge this, this, and this. Average cost is this. This is what we're going to pay. That's the usual and customary rate.
It's interesting because the assumption, and you mentioned earlier, you're right, that my dental plan will cover me X. And it's true. I've been going to my same dentist for years as well. It's one of those things where that loyalty factors in there. And a lot of times, so the question has to be whether they're in network or out of network, correct?
Not if they take your insurance, because everybody takes a PPO. The other thing that happens too is we live in such a vain city, and everybody wants to have the cleanest teeth in the world. Well, guess what? A deep cleaning isn't preventive.
That's the key question there.
A regular cleaning is preventive. A deep cleaning is a basic service. So that's no longer covered at 100%. It's covered at the 80% level, and there's a $50 deductible.
I wonder what's the technical difference between a deep cleaning?
I have no idea.
And a preventive cleaning. It might be one small factor.
We should ask Leo's wife.
Yeah, we should.
We have a dentist in house.
We should. That'd be a good point, because I'm not sure what the difference would be.
I have no idea, honestly.
So I mean, how much as far as like the information goes? So with the dental, asking those additional questions. I mean, do you see people just having? And how much is that negotiable up front, right, on the employer plans as well? Like, are those, so this is a matter about the fixed costs having a PPO, but this is more about your individual dentist and where they fall in line as far as in-network or out-of-network.
Yeah.
That's a great point. See, that's something I had no idea.
I got to find out. One of our clients, they happen to have a dentist in their building, and that dentist is like a couple floors under them, and they're in network with MetLife. So half the company goes there, which is great, because they go there because it's literally downstairs.
Right.
But that saves everybody a ton of money because they bill in network.
So what's the one piece of advice you give somebody as far as dental insurance? I mean, those two key questions when you get your dental insurance card is ask him, are you in network or out of network?
Correct. And then ask whoever your employer is or your broker at the day of the enrollment, is the out-of-network reimbursement in-network fee schedule or usual and customary? Because there is a big distinction.
And how much does that factor the price as far as the employer goes? It's probably a pretty big difference.
It could be like a 10% swing.
Yeah, and that little factor could
Yeah.
cost you hundreds of dollars as an
Yeah.
employee.
And the other thing too, are endodontics and periodontics covered at the basic level or the major level? Because if it goes in basic, it's usually covered at the 80% level. Major is 50-50. The other thing too is a lot of people don't realize most dental plans don't include implant coverage. So teeth implants are very expensive, and usually if you have them in your plan, it makes a difference for you as a consumer.
Sure.
And that does increase the cost also. I would say the other thing that is probably, how many preventive cleanings do I have? Some people have allowed 3, some carriers. It all depends on how the benefits are written.
No, it's dental insurance. I mean, those little specific tips and questions are going to help you just be educated as far as when that surprise bill happens, right? It's not your dentist's fault.
Correct.
It's how the plan is structured.
It is how the plan is structured, and unfortunately, us as humans believe in that loyalty for a dentist more than we do for a primary doctor. I can get pretty much anybody to change your primary. I think the 2 hardest things to get people to change are get a woman to change her OB and get somebody to change your dentist, at least in the insurance world.
Nice.